I want to speak directly to the parents of children who are losing their eyesight, who have low vision, or who are blind. We have to stop being afraid of the word blind. We have to stop worrying about labeling a child and then, out of fear, denying them access to blindness education. They deserve every tool available to them. Fear of a label should not cost your child their future. The legal definition, called legally blind, is 2200, meaning when you're legally blind, someone can see 200 feet away with 20/20 vision, you have to be 20 feet in front of it to see it. But blindness doesn't work like this. It's a spectrum. There are many people who have usable vision. Some people can read a menu at a restaurant. Other people can't see print at all. Some people can see far away and they can still be considered blind. Labels do not limit children, but lack of access certainly does. I'm a special education advocate and a disability consultant, and I work with a lot of parents who do not want their child labeled as blind. They do not want them to use a white cane, and they do not want them to learn Braille. Somehow they believe that doing these things means that they have failed as a parent, and that is simply not true. I need you to understand the stakes. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, only 44% of visually impaired adults are employed. I believe that number is much higher. I believe there's a lot of underreporting going on. And I believe, and so do many others, that this statistic exists because so many visually impaired and blind individuals were not given the skill set and the tool set that they needed at a very young age to be successful adults. And here's another statistic you may not be aware of. The American Action Fund for the Blind, they report that 90% of blind adults who are Braille literate are employed. Do you see the difference? That is not a coincidence. It is called cause and effect, and it is proven that literacy changes lives. And this is why I care so deeply about this cause, because I was that child. I was a child growing up where they said, use the vision. I was not given access to assistive technology or Braille or orientation and mobility training. I was a one-eyed creature growing up. I was blind in one eye, sighted in the other, and they said, use the vision. Well, it backfired on me as an adult when I went blind. I couldn't use a computer. I couldn't drive a car. I didn't know Braille. I couldn't read my mail. And here's the truth about the situation. You are not guaranteed the same rights to access and technology and education as an adult as you are under IDEA when you are a child. If you do not learn this stuff as a child, it is much harder to get services. Yes, they exist, but if you live in a rural community where there's no TVI, good luck. So it infuriates me as a special education advocate when I hear, well, they have usable vision now, but we are planning for the child's future, for their post-secondary education and for their employment. And we're supposed to be creating a scenario where the child will succeed, especially if they have a progressive eye condition. And in case you haven't heard me say this before, Braille is the default, and all low vision and blind kids are supposed to be given instruction and use in Braille unless the IEP team deems that it's not appropriate for that child. I'm also a disability consultant because I work with people of all ages. And do you know what I hear from blind adults all the time? I wish I had learned Braille and technology skills as a child. Do you know how many people call me and are needing help trying to get services, trying to learn Braille, trying to find someone who can teach them how to use a computer without sight? I'm going to say this bluntly with love. Please get over the fear of the label of blind. Your child is not broken. Your child is not less than. Your child is not doomed. What is harmful is denial. What is dangerous is delay and giving your child the appropriate tools to be successful. Orientation and mobility training, use of a white cane, assistive technology, independent living skills, self-determination, and Braille. Lots and lots of Braille integrated into their schoolwork every day. As much Braille as they can get their hands on. If your child is losing their sight, if they're low vision or they're blind, give them every opportunity. Do not wait. Get them the services and the tools that they need now. That is how you empower your child. That is how you ensure a positive future for them. And that is what love looks like. And if you don't know where to start, that's okay. That's what I'm here for. I am a special education advocate. I am professionally trained through Council of Parents, Attorneys, and Advocates, and I specialize in helping families with children who are low vision and blind. Reach out to me. I would love to work with you and your family.